So hello children, now we move on to the part 2 of our lesson on arithmetic progression. So in part 1 I had introduced you to the concept of nth term. What will be the term? So simply we know the term, what will be the 20th term, but here we are going to see sum of those terms, sum of 20 terms. So we add them. If we add them, what are we going to get? Previously we would have got what is the 20th term, so a term like this, but here this is sum of terms, means we add the first 20 terms of this AP. So there are two formulae, children. Sum of terms derivation, first formula I had shown you in part 1. Here it's very nice. If you see any standard book, I am following ML Agarwal. If you see chapter 9 or concise, it is chapter 10. So any standard book you will see we arrange them and we again arrange them in opposite order and then we add them. So very simple logic is there which you can see in the book. So first formula is n stands for children. So this is A is the first term, D is the common difference, N is the number of terms, and SN stands for sum of n terms. So sum of n terms is n by 2, number of terms by 2 and multiplied with twice the first term plus n minus 1d. Or if L is the last term, children, then we have one more formula, provided you know the last term and first term. So sum of term is number of terms by 2 multiplied by the sum of first term and the last term, if you know, and we call it L. So with this idea, I'm going to show you 4 nice questions in this session where we will learn how to apply this. 4 very beautiful questions, and in the part 3 I'll be solving 3 ICSE questions for you which are based on the part 1 number of terms, nth terms, and here sum of terms. So those questions will have questions from this part 1 and part 2 mixed from the nth term and sum of n terms. So here we start. Find the sum of first 20 terms. So we have to find sum. So this part 2 of my lesson is on sum of terms of NAP. So as you see, sum of n terms. So this is my topic today. So find the sum of 20 terms of NAP which is given 5, 8, 11. So A is the first term, children. You see, first term is very important, children. And the difference, how we get the difference? Okay, second term minus the first term. You can do third minus second. Anywhere you see this is 3. So this is going on increasing by 3. 5 plus 3, 8, 8 plus 3, 11, 11 plus 3, 14, then 17, then 20, and it goes on, but we have to find sum up to 20 terms. So anything more, n is, we have to find 20 terms sum. So n is 20 you take. Let us substitute in this formula. We cannot use this formula because L last term we don't know. So let us see sum of 20 terms. As 20 means sum of 20 terms. N, children, is 20. N by 2, if you see n by 2, 20 by 2, 2 twice A is 5 plus n, 20 minus 1. Okay, n minus 1 into D is 3, children. So simply we have substituted once more. N is 20 terms, A is 5 first term, plus n is 20 sums. 20 terms sum we are going to find, and D is difference between term which is 3. Any term you see, the difference between the term and its predecessor or successor is same, which is 3 over here. So this we get 10, this is 10 plus 19 into 3. So we get 10 into 57 plus 10, 67. We get sum of first 20 terms is 670. One very funny incident I'll tell you. This question, almost very similar question we had in exam. So one boy, rather than using, so nowhere it is written, if you see the question, that use formula. So that one of the children, what he did, you know, like this, he went up to 20 terms, he had lot of time and he added them. without formula, children. What did you know? 5 plus 8 plus 11 plus 14, like that. So 3 different, it's not a very big number. Sometimes we have very big number. So he added all the 20 terms and he got the same answer. Okay, so such thing we get, and I don't remember how much I gave him, but since it was not written, use formula, so maybe I would have awarded him full mark. So after that, generally what I do is I write use formula for finding this, because the boy told me, sir, it was nowhere written that use formula. I told him, what you have done like this is not, you have used this formula. I said, where it was written, sir, in this question? So after that, I remember I used to mention using formula, find the sum of 20 terms. Anyway, pause the video, children, and copy, then we move on to example 2. So here we go to question example 2. So here what is given, children? Sum of first 40 terms we have to find. So as 40, so learn how we use the symbol. Fourth term, so T4 means fourth term. So as you have seen in my earlier discussion, fourth term is a plus 3d and sixth term is a plus 5d is 14. So this is what is given, and I had told you sometime we use simultaneous equation and sometime we use quadratic equation. Okay, so if you have any doubt regarding how to solve simultaneous equation, you have many lessons, or 4-5 video lessons I made for class 9. So you can check that in my playlist. So we do have here simultaneous equation solving and sometimes quadratic equation also. So fourth term is a plus 3d and sixth term is a plus 5d. So here we will solve both of them simultaneously and we will get a and d. So let us see. So it's very easy, children, subtracting. So see what I do, our basic idea. Subtract 1 from 2. Why? I'll tell you. Subtracting equation 1 from 2, and you will see the reason here. A plus 5d is 14 and a plus 3d is 8. So when you subtract, children, this cancel and here we get positive value. This minus this would have given you this 2 minus 1. Means we subtracted 2 from 1, we would have got negative over here. Subtracting 2 from 1. So I'm actually subtracting 1 from 2. So see, this is positive and this is also positive. So we get d as 3, 6 by 2. So once more we solve them, subtract this from this. Opposite you can do, but generally what I do, the bigger one I keep it on top and the smaller one at bottom, because first term we don't want it to be negative, children. So we get common difference, d is 3. Now in any of this equation we will put the value of d to get a, substituting d is equal to 3 in equation 1. So this is smaller, children. See, a plus 3d is 8, a plus 3 into 3 d, we have substituted 3, is equal to 8, a is minus 1. So we got, and finally what we have to use, a number of terms. How many? 40 terms sum we have to find, and d is 3. So this is what we have, children. We have to use and find the sum of 40 term. A is minus 1, n is 40 and d is 3. So kindly pause the video and copy, then I will find the sum of 40 terms. So here we are going to solve. See here again in this formula, S40 means sum of first 40 term is n by 2. So 40 terms by 2. Okay, then twice the first term plus n minus 1 into d, you see, is 3, children. Okay, so I have substituted the value of n. 40 term sum we have to find. A is minus 1 and d is 3, and n again here if you see. So n comes twice over here, remember, in this formula. In the beginning where we multiply and n minus 1d. So what do we get, children? 20, and here we have minus 2, and this is 39. 3 is 117. So we get 20 into 115. So 115 2s are 230. See, 100 2s are 200, 15 2s are 30. So 230, put 1 0. Okay, so this what we have substituted over in this formula to get the sum. So as you saw, children, we solved for A and D, then finally we use this formula. So kindly pause the video and copy, then we move on to example 3. So children, we have our third example. AP is given, very nice term, 10, 15, 20, you can see. First term is 10, and if you see difference, children, is 5 each. So subtract first from second or second from third, so you get 5. Here we don't know what is n, children. First we have to find how many terms we'll have, because here we know the last term. So this question I wanted to do purposely for you, because here we know the last term, it ends at 195. So here also you can count, like I told you, 1, 2, 3, 4, but here you have to use formula. You could have counted it here. It's possible to get the answer, but we use formula over here. So see, a last term, I told you nth term is L. When we have n terms is A plus n minus 1D. See my part 1 of the video, where I've explained if there are n terms, then your last term will be L. Now let us solve. We know the last term is 195, children. A first term is 5. We don't know how many terms are there, because 195th is that last term. Okay, so we don't know the number of terms. So this is the last term. Into D, you see, children, is 5. So let us solve, children. 5 comes here. 195 minus 5. Here we get 5n minus 5. Okay, so what we have, this 5 comes here. 190 plus 5. So here we get n. A is 10, children, or A is 10. First term is 10, so this 10. So what do we get? 185 plus 5. So see here, first term was 10 and D is 5. Okay, so 195 minus 10 is 185, is 5n. So what do we get, children? 190 is equal to 5n. N is 190 by 5 is 38, you will get. Okay, 5 3s are 15, 4 0 8, 38. So we have 38 terms, and this is the 38th term. First term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. So this is the 38th term. So for next part of the question, we have also got n, which is equal to 38. So kindly pause the video, and then I will show you can use both the formula here. So we will find the sum of the terms. So see, children, here I'll be using this formula. You can use this formula also, you try. Okay, so sum of 38 terms, children. We got 38 terms. Will be n by 2. So what is n here? 38, children. 38 by 2, A plus first term plus last term. First term plus last term. Okay, no D comes here. First term plus last term. So here we get 19, and this is, children, your 200. So 19 2s are 38. So here we get the sum of 38 terms. Okay, children, so see, one small thing. In place of A, I am writing D always. So this will be 10. Check nicely. A is the first term. Previous one also. This is coming to my mind, and I am writing D in place of A. A is 10, D is 5. So this will be how much, children? This will be 205. Okay, this will be 0, 5 only. And when you multiply 200 into 19 is 3800. And 19 5s are 95. Okay, how you will do with mental math? This is what I told you, 19 into 200 plus 5. So this will give you 19 2s are 3800. Okay, and plus 19 5s are 95. So we get 3895. And you can use this formula also, children. If you wish, I'm writing, and you can try here. 38 by 2, 2 into 10, remember A is 10, plus n minus 1d. N is 30, 8 minus 1, 37, and d is 5. So here again you get, children, 19 if you cancel, and here you will get 20 plus this will give you 185, half of 370. What I do, 10 by 2 I do generally when I multiply by 5, not 10 by 2. So 370 by 2. So same answer you will get, children, 19 into 205, what we had got over here. So same answer you will get, 3895. Either you use formula 1, so this is method 2 where I use formula 1, and this is my method 1 where I use formula n by 2 a plus l for finding the sum of terms, children. So I've shown you by both the method. Let us go to the last question of this session. So let us move to the last question of this session. So I have tried to do a variety of questions for you, so get a very clear concept of this sum of terms before, in part 3, before I take those ICSE questions. So children, see here how many terms of AP. Very nice, we have got the AP. So this is a decreasing AP, that means D will be minus. A is 43 first term, so when you see decreasing means common difference is, remember, second minus first, children, not first minus second. Don't have a tendency to always subtract smaller from the larger. We have to subtract larger from the smaller also. So this will give you, if you see, 4 minus 4, children. This is a decreasing function, decreasing sequence. Okay, so sequence here you will see it's minus 4, first term is A. Now how many terms we take? What is n? So that sum of n terms is 252. So let us use this formula, first one. First one we use, children, 252 is equal to n by 2, okay, into 2 into A. A is 43 plus n minus 1 into D, children, is minus 4. So simply we have substituted, if you see nicely, we have simply substituted the values. Sn 252, sum of term is given. Very nice question. N we have to find, children. 2 into first term is 43, you see. Difference is minus 4. Each term, this minus 4 is this is minus 1, 31. Then you will have 27, like that. So let us try to solve this. So this comes here, children. This becomes 504. Okay. Now let n be here. So what do we get here? 86 minus 4n plus 4. Okay. So what do we get? 2 comes here already. We have brought it over here. So here we get n, if you see, 90 minus 4n. Okay, this together is 90 and minus 4n, and here we have 504. So kindly pause the video and copy, because I need some more space to solve this last question of this session. So let us solve this. So we have, if you see, children, let this side be 0, that will go that side. So we get, no, this minus will come this side. So this is 504 is equal to 90n. So this is quadratic, I was telling you, children. Minus 4n square. So let first term be positive. So bring that n square to here. It becomes positive. This becomes negative. And this is already positive because this is on the left hand side only. So whatever is on the right, I transpose it to the left. So see, 2 is common, children. So I take out 2, and this I have explained to you in quadratic equations chapter, that you take out 2, 2 goes that side, 0 by 2 is 2, and there is one more logic you see there. Okay, so here we have to do middle term breaking, children. So 2n square, so this if you factorize, think you will get minus 21 and minus 24, minus 21 and minus 24. So how to break this, children? I have done this in middle term breaking. So if you want to know how we have done the middle term breaking here, you have to see my video lessons on factorization. I think I made 5-7 video lesson on factorization, and in third lesson there in class 9 we have trinomial factorization. So there I have taught you in detail. So if you are weak in factorization, children, many places we have application. Okay, in recurring deposit finding time we have quadratic equation problem we have. Okay, we have one formula method of finding and one problem sum we use middle term breaking. So please learn this. You see part 3 of my factorization video if you go to class 9 playlist of mine. Now let us see. We take out 2n common, we get n minus 12. Here if I take 21 common, we get n minus 12. So see here, you multiply, you get this 21 into 12, children, is 252. So here finally what we get, n minus 12 you take out, n minus 12 you take out, so we are left with 2n minus 21. So product of two things is 0. So either this is 0 means n is 12. So either n is 12 or this will be 0. Okay, so this I have done with you in quadratic equations chapter also. So n is 21 by 2. This is a fraction. So number of terms cannot be a fraction, children. So here number of terms is 12. Okay, so fraction 21 by 2 is not possible because number of terms cannot be a fraction. So your answer is number 12. This is right, not possible. Okay, so children, we come to the end of this session. I have given you full concept of this sum of n terms and how it is different from the first part where just I did nth term. And in part 3 we mix them together and we see 3 very interesting ICSE questions in the next video lesson, part 3. So thank you, children, for watching this session.